Good morning, Carmen. How you doing?
Good morning. I've got this thing on. Okay, there you are. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm glad to be here once again. Welcome to our show.
Woohoo! And today
I'm
we're going to talk about mortgages and how the interest rate is affecting sales and what buyers can do to get a better rate. I was like, where did she go? She went
Yeah,
away.
we're also going to speak a little bit about the veterans and how grateful we are to them when we're coming up
Absolutely.
holiday here. Um, you know, and our normal um our normal, what is it, disclosure or whatnot. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is not legal advice. This is not real estate advice. We're here to have fun, educate a little bit here. But all in all, it's just a great day in our neighborhood, and we've got some fabulous people coming up, don't we?
Yes. Would you like to introduce?
I would love to. This couple and their team is just phenomenal. I've been doing this for 17 years, and I'm going to brag a little bit here. They're just on top of everything. They're two great people with the Heflin team, Raymond and Christi Heflin. I have not come across a fire in a transaction that they can't put out. I mean, they're just like, and of course, we allow people to use whatever lenders they want to. Um, but then I always check in with them to make sure they can't, you know, they can beat it or not, and they always beat it. They always beat the rates. So without further ado, the magnificent Heflin team. I think we have Christi Heflin. I'm not sure if we have Raymond with her. He might be on the farm, but yeah. So here we go. Real
Uh, Hi, Christy. Can you hear us? Oh, hold on. She's got her audio. Yay! There they are. Hi.
We
Hi, good
have
morning.
them both. What is
Yay.
up,
It
people?
took a lot of arm twisting for me to get him here this morning, but yes.
Yeah, hopefully the Florida farm is okay and isn't getting hit too hard by this minor storm this time.
Well, yeah, a lot of rain.
Oh, I lost him for a second. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear
There
you.
you go.
Okay, that was weird. It blipped for a second. So just a lot of rain and wind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's about what my girls saw at the property down in the Lauderdale area.
Mhm.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
So
So
I'm so
Rick,
glad you guys are here.
yeah,
And
me too.
I've been looking forward to this. I never get to see you guys anymore.
Well, I know. Hey.
You're busy on other things and this thing and that, and but I just love how you guys come together to do great loans for my team and for my clients. Like I was telling Michelle before, introducing the two of you, there's not a fire you can't put out. I mean, you guys just really pull it together and work hard for my clients. And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate all that.
Well, you're very welcome. We appreciate you, Carmen.
Wait a minute. Fires in real estate? Are there actually fires in real
Oh
estate?
my God.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they've put out some doozies too, man. They have definitely stepped up to the plate. Last minute stuff too. And I'm like,
we don't start the fire.
Right.
Yeah. That's the important part.
and then I look at the clients and go, I told you should have gotten it. But we put them back on track.
So tell us, we've been discussing, on and off air a little bit about, what's going on with the market and how the interest rates have slowed things down just a wee bit, and buyers are getting better deals. They're able to ask for a little bit more as far as inspections and closing cost assistance. So we want to hear about what you're seeing and what you can do to help buyers get over the sticker shock of this near 8% rate right now. It's insane that it jumped so high so fast.
Yeah, these buyers get like anyone else, they get comfortable, get used to things, but the 3% interest, But when this drastic change happens, it's taking them a good while to adjust. So we're still seeing movement, but as you say, it's still slowed them down. So like once they get, the market, three, I don't think it's a normal market. We've been in this a long time, and you guys have too. So, a 2 and a 3% 30-year mortgage is probably not very realistic, but people that have seen this, for the last 2-3 years, it's just all they know. So I felt like it happened so quick that they just needed to adjust to that. Now, I don't think we're going to stay in the 7-8 market either for a very long period of time. But we're seeing activity. I'm sure you guys are too. But it's I guess kind of froze the price point as far as this multiple offers. So I think the clients are getting a better opportunity now to get a property as opposed to bidding wars and 50,000 over asking. So I think that is going to help that. And people still need houses. So we're positive about it. And we are putting together a lot of programs too to be able to help them now that sellers are actually giving up closing costs. Go out on that just a little bit of program that is a buy down program that's like Christi into that.
Yes, I shared that with Carmen. I think she joined our Zoom that we did as a company on last Friday on the 2-1 buy down. So basically, just a broad overview of that is, if the rate is currently 7, they can it's a permanent buy down for the first year by 2%. So they would be at 5% the first year, 6% the second, and then the third year it would go in to whatever the rate was that was originally when the loan was locked. So it's basically you're gambling on the fact that in 2 years, 3 years, things are going to be looking a lot different, which I think we all are expecting, the rates to go back down. And then they could refi at that point and get into a more ideal interest rate for the remainder of the loan.
Ideally that the demand, has slowed down some, the sellers are starting to kick back in on some closing costs. So get the sellers to pay the buy down. So, a 2% buy down, $300,000 loan, $6,000. It may not calculate if the buyer has to pay that,
Right.
As far as their savings versus their break-even point. If the rates just stayed at 7.5 and stay there for the rest of our lives, it certainly would be their break-even would be in a couple of years. And then however, we feel like with sellers now being more willing, I think it's a great opportunity just to be able to move houses in some cases that they may not.
It's a cool program.
It actually, that is what my very first purchase in 1990 was, a buy down, because the rate at the time I believe was 9. I think it was 9. It was either 8 or 9. And that's how I got into the house. It was the only way I could do it.
It's significant, 2 points on 300 could be, just $300 a month. I don't have the figures in front of me, but we've played with a lot of different numbers, and that's the difference in qualifying and not qualifying.
Right.
Yeah.
And, the great thing is, it is fixed for the life of the loan. So if you're going in at 7 with a 2 buy down, you start out at 5, the next year at 6, but it'll never go over 7. So it's not, you don't have the fear of an adjustable rate mortgage that did, kind of take a lot of people out. And, through the '08 crisis, very positive thing. If the rates stay in the 7 to 5 years, you'll never be more than a market rate deciding what you do buy them.
So for qualification purposes, do you qualify on the starting rate or the final rate?
We're still looking at the final rate,
Okay.
because obviously we don't want to get into an '08, '09 situation, where
Right.
in the third year, all of a sudden they can't, pay their mortgage. So yeah, we are definitely still looking at that. And it's not that a lot of these buyers, it's not a problem. It's not the fact that they don't qualify. It's that they don't want that big payment,
Right.
So they're very conscious of, what they're putting out monthly for their housing. And plus, the inflation and the cost to live has greatly increased with gas prices and things like that. So we're just seeing a lot more caution, their people are thinking, about the long term, and this is a great way to help them now with some relief.
The thing I really like about working with y'all clear them at the starting gate. You know what I mean? You make sure that you can do it. And I don't think you've ever told me there's nothing you can do. So, but you basically, you don't set high expectations like some do and then drop the ball. You guys are, straightforward. You get the job done, you get it done on time, and you do a great job for people. You set a realistic expectation and you come through. You come
We have
through.
a great team behind us, as far as corporate underwriters, from the top all the way down. We have such a great team. Our goal is to close loans and find ways to make it happen. We don't have guys sitting around trying to figure out a way to kill a deal. If there's a way to structure it or something that we can do, absolutely. We're going to give everyone, get to the finish line. That's our goal.
And you're competitive with rates. I mean, I've had you guys beat like the Federal Credit Union.
Oh yeah.
And I mean that's saying something right there.
So can the buy down, obviously, conventional, can it be used for FHA and VA as well?
We are now, that program hasn't rolled out yet, but we're in the works yet to be able to do that on government as well.
Okay, fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. So what is the rate today for somebody with excellent credit for a conventional loan? Just so people can kind of get a feel for.
Well, the last one we priced out last evening, I believe she was.
What was that?
3% down, conventional, 700 score, 700 plus, but it's just a little over 7.
Okay.
Good credit scenario. 3% down.
Right.
The conventional program, good credit, the MIs, low significantly compared to an FHA product. And that's across the board about where they are right now.
Yeah, I think when people, sadly, when people see rates advertised, they don't realize that you have to have excellent credit to get that rate. And if you're calling in and you've got like a 660 score or something, that you're not going to get that rate. That's not going to happen.
A lot of the advertised rates as well, they're not telling you the discount point. It's in the fine print that particular rate calls. And we see that all the time where people call in and say, well, I saw online, this interest rate or.
Yeah, and I think I think one of the other things that I've been running into, and I was telling Carmen and I had a long talk about this yesterday or day before yesterday. We talk a lot, so I can't remember which day it was. That and I discovered this when I was buying my house in Florida, is that you run your if a consumer runs their tri-bureau credit score, what the mortgage company sees is way different than what the consumer sees when they run it.
Yes, yes, it is. You
And
know,
And I don't know, do you know what the point difference is about, like, it was if somebody runs their score on one of the Karma Credit Karma or Experian Tri-Score or something, should they add a certain number to what they're seeing? Do you know what the rule of thumb is?
I can't really say that. It's kind of all over the board.
Okay.
Most of the time, they show higher. Sometimes they are lower. So we do get surprised. I would say smaller percentage of the time, that they show lower than what
What you're showing? Oh, okay.
smaller percentage of the time. However, there are cases where it does come in. So they come in thinking maybe they're doing just a single merge book, and we're pulling a tri-merge, and the middle ends up being a little higher than what they saw. But a lot of these credit monitoring, especially the pay for agencies, they seem to give, in my opinion, that there's a lot of false hope, because we get the calls. My score jumped 30 points, and so we're excited, they're excited, and we pulled it, and it moves.
Right.
There's a little bit of false hope, and I guess if you're paying for something, you expect results, and it seems like
Right.
they show a lot more variation upward than what's the true tri-merge for mortgage.
Now, I saw the other day, Experian Boost, where you pay in a few dollars and it boosts your credit score or something like that.
well, you can add, I think Experian is the one where you can self-report trade lines.
Okay.
So, and I think there is a fee for that, for however many, per trade line or whatever, but I do see a lot of people that actually use that. And it obviously has helped them to get some positive, activity with the Bureau. So yeah, there are several programs out there to help. I mean, for the most part, the Credit Karmas, those services are good for those that are trying to rebuild their credit score, stay conscious of things as they're coming, and you can actually see the activity coming on, good activity, and if something pops up, you're aware right away, so that they can work to getting the overall score up.
Okay. One of the things that we wanted to touch on when we were talking to you was veterans, because tomorrow is Veterans Day. So maybe, I think most veterans know that they can get 100% financing if they do a VA loan. Is there anything special that you want to mention about VA loans or?
Well, we do a lot of VA loans. So VA, has obviously the 100% option, depending on the veteran's certificate of eligibility, which we're able to obtain for them if they don't have it. They may or may not be exempt from the funding fee. So it is 100% financing. There is no monthly mortgage insurance. However, there is an upfront fee that is paid into the VA for the use of the program. So for the first time use, it's 2.3% of the loan amount, and it does tier. So if the veteran can put money down, so if they want to put money down, then that amount that they're paying in would be reduced. And it is financed, so it's not out of their pocket. So it is still, truly 100% financing. But if that veteran is exempt from the funding fee, then they obviously wouldn't have that, which is also significant savings. And we do see a lot of those. Usually to be exempt, you have to have been disabled or wounded something of that nature, and that would report back to us on the certificate of eligibility. And usually that's also accompanied with a disability payment of some sort, which is also verified.
Okay, and the veteran can ask the seller to pay that for that funding fee, can't they? Now that
Yes, they can ask for that to be paid. They can ask also for closing costs to be paid. So there is, they can certainly do that.
Okay. What do you know? I know that the VA loans are assumable. I've got a lot of clients that bought with VA loans when the rate was 3%, and that would be very attractive to buyers if they were able to assume those. Some of the questions that Carmen and I were discussing were, the eligibility of the buyer. Obviously, the seller's eligibility doesn't get released unless the buyer is also eligible. That was one of the things we talked about. The one thing that we were curious, because we may very well have sellers that have these assumable loans that need to sell because they're getting, stationed in a different location. How do they go about paying us to market their house if it's assumable? Do you know how that works by any chance?
That's something that, and then again, that's something that we're gonna be looking into. VA, FHA, all those loans that are, the government, insured loans that are suitable, because that could be our market if the rates stay where they are. And we want to be able to take advantage of that, you guys as well. We have to look in, what our company's, going to do in regards to assuming, the borrower certainly would have to be qualified to assume, the loan,
Right.
their eligibility as well as credit profile.
Now, are the FHAs are assumable as well, correct? Okay. Yeah, that's actually how I sold my first house, because I sold it to someone I knew and they were able to assume my loan.
Yeah, well, sitting in front of, at closings with clients and, that, the fact that, going through their closing package with the title company and it says available and they want to know that, but it's rare. We personally have
Never had one
never
in 20 plus years.
Really?
Yeah, because we haven't been in this situation, where the rates have changed this significantly.
Right, right.
Yeah. Well, there's one on John Marshall Highway.
Oh, that
It's the
they're
first time I've
advertising?
seen one. The agent put in the listing, assumable loan. And I was like, what?
I think I'm pretty sure I had another agent call me about that, and I did talk with her about what would need to be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I mean, we
Really
may start
is.
to see.
It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that a year ago, less than a year ago, 6 months ago, we were having to wait in line with 5 to 10 other offers in hopes that our buyer was going to get the house, only to be let down yet again, even though they were offering 15,000 over asking and waiving all their inspections and their appraisals, and now we're in this. Wow, just amazing. I've never seen such a fast change before.
Oh, I know. We're starting to see. I had one that had a home inspection list that literally took up the entire page, and the realtor was like, "This is never going to happen. This deal's dead." But she's like, "I have to send it," and they did everything on the list, including a new roof, and none of us could believe it.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Have
I saw something on social media. You guys made it as well. I'd rather take 7% and refi a year from now than pay 100,000 over asking.
Yeah.
Relevant. Yeah. Definitely, for sure. But
Um,
speaking of VA loans, I'll never get over the fact that y'all were able to close a VA loan of mine in 2 weeks.
How the heck did you manage that?
I
Well,
still brag on them.
you know, so here's the thing with us at Alcova, our underwriting is 24 to 48 hours, and it's always been 24 to 48 hours. Same with condition review. So with VA, the appraiser has 10 business days to return the report.
Right.
That's the toughest part, is just, getting, and some are faster, and then we have others that wait till the 10th business day, before they send us the report. But that being said, we can be ready for when the appraisal comes in to issue that NOV and close right away. We also have the ability to do same day closing, so if we're in a pinch and, we don't like to have every file work us all to death like that, but it can definitely be done.
Oh, come on. You don't want everyone to be like that.
We closed in less days than that.
10 days.
I think
That's the quickest, and the reason that's the quickest is because that's the law. That's the requirement. You have to have 7 days from application, and then the 3 days for the closing disclosure. And I think it was actually one of Carmen's files that I had ready in 7 days, and I had to call her and the client back and say, oops, we were too fast. We still have to wait.
That's funny.
Yeah, my client was like, where did you find these people? They're so on the ball. I was like, yep, that's what I'm saying.
Now, you guys, just so that people know, you've got offices I know you've got one in Front Royal. Not that that matters because everything can be done online now.
Correct. Yeah.
Warrenton and Haymarket.
But you cover all of Northern Virginia. All of Virginia.
All of Virginia, West Virginia, Florida, North Carolina, and Maryland.
Wow. Okay. No South Carolina and Georgia.
Right.
Not yet. Well, we're going to get to those two. I mean, that's the only thing in between that we don't have.
You could just stop and do loans on your way down to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our goal. I mean, because we have so many clients that buy a second home or vacation
Yes.
home. So we, picked up North Carolina, of course, Florida. We have a property in Florida, and South Carolina, good proximity as well. So state that we get.
Where's your office in Haymarket, your new office?
On Washington, right on the main road there as you go into Haymarket. Right off the exit, left there at the Sheets, and we're just down on the right.
Oh, we have lunch one day.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
we'll
We'll
have
lunch
lunch. There's a great Tex-Mex restaurant right downstairs. We're on the second floor. They're on the first floor.
Oh my gosh, that would drive me crazy smelling that all day. I'd be like
Oh
hungry
my God.
all the time.
That's fresh salsa. I love
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
it. And they make the guacamole to order for you as
it's
well.
really good.
What?
All places.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, I'm definitely going to pay you a visit now.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
we
That's
definitely like to
awesome.
eat.
so do we have
And
is there anything else you guys wanted to mention or
I mean, I can't think of anything. We're always available. Carmen can attest 24/7. So,
Okay.
And they have a really great team. They've got Madeline in there, they've got Olivia in there. And I mean, everybody just runs a tight ship. Who's responsible for running that tight ship?
I don't know. That's for all. A couple other additional great loan officers. Recently we picked up a couple loan officers. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we just hired, in the last month, we have, Myrna, who is bilingual. So she's fantastic. So she's willing to help, you know, with translating and stuff if you guys ever, are in need of that. So
Awesome.
she has, she's just fantastic. She's a great person, great fit for our team. Yeah, so.
Awesome.
That's
And who is that? I saw
a little
some-
head. I saw that too. I was like, ooh, a dog.
This is,
Oh.
this is
Aw.
Winston. Yeah.
Winston is a long-haired dachshund.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's my daughter's and I'm babysitting. So he's
Isn't that cute?
he likes to sleep on my lap and pin me down. And then we also have Blanton, who's our office mascot. He's always here with me. Raymond. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Aw.
My baby.
He likes to ride on the tractor.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
that's funny. Is he a Jack Russell?
Yeah.
Okay.
So cute. Oh
They're
my
usually so
goodness.
hyper. He doesn't look like he's hyper.
No, he's
Hours.
perfect.
Then, you know, while we're at the office, and about 4:30, he knows it's getting close to 5, and he starts jumping up
Yeah.
ready to go.
That's funny. That is so funny.
He knows his job, obviously.
That's funny.
Well, that's
Okay.
awesome, guys. Just one more thing. Alcova Mortgage, the Heflin team, they've got several offices and they're really quick and they do a great job for everybody. And they educate you quite a bit too in the process. So just want to thank you guys so much for supporting my clientele and doing such a great job. I mean, I've just, I can't say enough good things.
And we will be sure to share your contact information
Yes.
with this podcast so that people can reach out to you.
Yes.
Oh, we
for sure.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Of course, I have to. Okay. I was like, I got to remember how to remove them from the from the conversation.
They were, they're just so great. And they're down to earth people and, they're,
So helpful too in
Yeah.
answering the questions we had.
oh my God.
I'm hoping there were some times where I heard the sound kicking out, so I'm hoping it caught everything really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We probably need to tweak our sound a little bit overall,
Right.
but I guess the last thing that we really wanted to talk about was veterans because tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Yeah.
My father is a veteran. He retired as a lieutenant colonel from the Army, and he flew helicopters. He flew Chinooks in Vietnam. And my husband also flew helicopters. He did not retire, sadly, because I'd love to have the military ID card to get into the exchange and commissary, but and all the fabulous healthcare benefits that the military retirees get too. But as a veteran, we do get some benefits like the certificate of eligibility for VA loans, and some other great discounts from places like Lowe's and Home Depot. But I think that with tomorrow being Veterans Day, we really need to show our appreciation for everything that the military does for us.
Yes.
I cannot say
Yes.
enough. I like to give back to them as much as possible
Yeah.
when I'm working with them. So
Yep. Definitely. They're just special in the heart. They fought for our freedom. They fought for our country. And they served for our freedom in our country. And I've never met a VA that I didn't like. I mean, they're just very respectful. They're very, they carry themselves with honor.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
and I can't stand to see anyone, being mean to them or disrespecting them. I think it's very, important to respect a VA. I mean, even if I'm in the grocery store and he's standing there, she's standing in front of me in line, and I catch wind that you've served, I'm like, thank you so much.
you.
Thank you for all you do. And that goes a long way too. I mean, just or a phone call. Maybe it's just a phone call today or tomorrow. Take the list, go down your VA and say, thank you once again for serving us and looking out for our best interests. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's very important.
Yeah, I the other day I was at a doctor's office, and there was this little old guy coming off the elevator with a walker and his cap on. I think it was a Vietnam cap, and I made sure I
Wow.
thanked him for his service and
Yes.
really appreciate everything he did for this country. So.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to remember that because this may very well, I'm not sure if I'll get this posted today or tomorrow on Veterans Day. So we are
Thank you.
thinking
Thank you.
about,
Thank you
thank you
for
for
your
everything
service.
you do for us.
We love you.
Yes, we do love you so very much. So
And if you
um,
need any good real estate representation,
we are here for
uh,
you.
we are definitely here for you. For sure. Carmen Gill and Michelle Hale, Next Home Nova.
Um, and we will make sure that we try to get those sellers to pay for your VA funding fee for you so
Yes.
you don't have to.
And maybe buy down some of the rates,
Yeah.
you know?
So, um, so what is our topic for our next session? I don't have the thing in front of me. I should have had that in front of me.
I don't know.
Let me pull it
It's gonna
up.
be good though. I can tell you. It's gonna be real good.
It is. It is. And if you haven't watched last week's when we talked about haunted houses, be
Yes.
sure to catch it. It was
Yes.
very good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I had a follow-up to that one too. Oh, yes. I had Carla and I went out for the Halloween party at Griffin Tavern. I don't think anybody recognized me. It's so funny. It's been so long since I've been there, as Daphne and Velma from Scooby-Doo. And so we got, it was a kind of a quick party. I think like 6 to 9 or something like that. And so, or 10, we got home and we were opening a bottle of red wine and it had a cork in it. And so she poured us each a glass of wine and put put it firm in the bottle. And then all of a sudden it went, and the cork just flew out. And I'm like, oh, we have company. Something followed us. So I went and got a little teacup and put a little wine in it. Enjoy. You never know. You never know.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. So what is next week's topic?
Um,
Is it all we do for you?
oh no, we're going to talk about what it's going to be our Thanksgiving tribute.
Yes. Love it.
So
Love showing.
We'll talk about food and what we're thankful for, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna try and sift through the holidays on protein drinks.
Oh gosh. Not me. Not
It's
me.
okay.
I'm going to eat the gluten and the dairy and all the stuff I'm not supposed to eat.
Yeah, I think this past year I've uncovered that I am gluten intolerant.
Yeah, it's not fun, man, because there is nothing better than a good loaf of sourdough bread. I gotta tell you.
I literally ordered special ordered ramen noodles without gluten.
What? Oh, girl, you gotta send me the link for that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I
I'll send
will.
you a link for some good bread.
Yeah. Well, it is. I think as we get older, our bodies tell us, no, no,
No, no, no. I know.
no
It's
more.
but one of the things we should be thankful for is that we are still here
Yes.
because
Yes.
we have a lot of friends that didn't make it this far. So,
I know. I know. I know. And I miss all of them, but I feel them around me too. So, um, but yeah, so happy notes.
happy,
Let's get
happy
out
notes.
there, sell some real estate.
And we will see you all in 2 weeks.
No, oh, and my Gaither Street is still on the market. It's getting a lot of activity. Freaking awesome place. 55 and older, really nice community in Old Town Manassas. Just incredibly quiet for where it's located. But it's a pretty big place. I mean, it's like 1,900 living square feet. And then you know, it's just a nice 2-car garage. You've got 3 bedrooms. You have 3 baths or two baths. I should know that, right?
No, the basement is
Um,
unfinished or finished.
I would say it's partially
Okay.
finished, but what is so cool is there's a woodworking shop in the basement
Oh, how fun.
with machinery and everything. And
Wow.
we had a showing yesterday where the guy was like, oh my goodness, I'm a woodworker. This is heaven, so we may be getting an offer really soon on it. I'm told. So, but yeah, just great place, great location.
And
If
what's
you
the
know
price
any,
on that again?
we're at 399.9,
Okay.
and
Wow.
that is an amazing
It's an
price
amazing price.
selling in an area that normally yields like 430, 450 and on up. So yeah, I mean,
Now, how far away from is it walkable to the main street in Old Town Manassas?
um, think so. I don't think
Okay.
it's,
Okay.
but it certainly has a beautiful lake, a big gazebo, a park-like setting. You can walk around. They keep it really clean, and
Okay.
it's, you could short drive to Old Town for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Fabulous.
But yeah, check it out if you know anybody 55 or over that's interested in in peace and quiet in the middle of
I
everything.
think
Just
everybody 55 and over is interested in peace and quiet in the
yeah,
middle of
yeah,
everything.
yeah. I mean, I moved further out from Warrington to get peace and quiet. I mean, I love it out here in Front Royal. Um, but it just it took me off guard that it was just such a pleasant, quiet neighborhood.
Wow.
Um, can't say enough. I mean, they've kept it really good and kept it really nice. Big 2-car garage with storage. It's got everything. A movie room. It's got
Wow.
so buy it, everybody.
Okay, Carmen,
Good to see you again.
good to see you again. And we will, same place, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, we may have to start, getting it down to once a week. I mean, I think we
Geez,
could.
do you think we are capable of talking that much?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Carmen,
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Enjoy the rest of your day.
you too.
All right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.